Hello, hello. Welcome to the Video Game Valley. It's a beautiful day today, a perfect 72 degrees out. What are we playing today? Why, we're playing Sankyo Fever, Jikki Simulation S on the Sega Saturn. Sankyo Fever, Jikki Simulation S. What kind of game is this, you might ask? Oh, it could be, anything, really. It could be literally anything. The world is full of possibilities. Just bought a Sega Saturn. I've been looking for cool games to get for it. Well... it's possible this won't be a particularly helpful stream for you in this regard, but this is an interesting software title in the Sega Saturn library. Sankyo Fever Jikki Simulation S. It is, in fact, a pachinko game. It's a pachinko game. A pachinko game, for those of you who don't know, it's a gambling game popular in Japan. You play it with a knob. There's a knob. There's beads. There's beads and a knob. The thing that makes this pachinko game interesting on the Sega Saturn is that there's a controller that came with the game, which I have. I have the controller. I'm going to show you the controller right here. Here's the controller. It's a little knob. The controller is it's a knob. It's the Sankyo FF. It is, as far as I can tell, literally only compatible with this one game. This is the single game in which this controller is compatible. I have the game right here. Got the case. For some reason, it's got a woman on the back, like in a sun hat, and she's looking around a garden. And then there's one second. I'm gonna show you some of the photos here, and I'm also gonna show you my controller. I'll get two of them. I get a two-for shot. It's very important you see this. Extremely important. Go to the Saturn real quick. How's everyone doing today, by the way? Brad, thank you for the $1.99. A goose hissed at me earlier. I wanted to kiss it. You wanted to kiss that goose. A normal reaction to seeing a goose, in my opinion. A regular, normal thing to have happen when you see a goose. All right, let me show you this this woman. I don't know why there's a picture of her on the back of the box, but here she is on the back of the box. This is what's on the back of the game box. It's her. And if you move to the right of the art, you see oh, first of all, here's my controller. There's my FF controller. It's hooked up. It plugs into the second port on the Sega Saturn. So there it is, ready to go. But yeah, you could see she's drinking some juice or something. She's hanging out on a balcony. She's hanging out, I don't know, in an outfit somewhere. I don't really know what she has to do with this game, but but there you go. I think this is an important part of the experience, given that they've gone to the effort of putting her on the back of the box. So the controller, it is just a wheel. It's a knob. It's a knob. Let me set this controller up on the desk here. It was squeaking earlier. I put some white lithium grease on it, which has stopped the squeaking. I felt like the squeaking was going to drive people bananas, so. Please make one more llamas with hats up. It would mean the world to me. Believe it or not, there actually is plans for this to to happen. It's complicated, though. I think it's going to require crowdfunding of some sort, but you're in luck. Keep an eye out. Anyway, I got the controller here. It's a knob, and you move it to the right. You move the knob to the right. When you let go of the knob, it twists back into place. So it's a knob with pressure. It's a knob with some sort of spring system. And you run llamas with hats into the ground because people kept asking for more episodes? No. I feel like that's an insulting way to put it, too. I spent a whole lot of time. I spent a huge amount of time planning the arc. And making it perfect. Like, we recorded... We wrote out all the episodes. Chris and I recorded them in sequence. And I spent months and months putting them together. Putting them together. I have never, at any point in my entire life, intentionally done something to, like, as, like, an angry backlash against viewers. Like, that seems like such a bitter thing to do. I've always... followed my creative instincts on stuff. Oh, Knob, thank you. Sorry, Sky2Fall, thank you for the $1.99. Knob. Yeah, I do have a knob right here. It's got another thing. It's got a little clicky thing, but as far as I can tell, it does nothing. It's like, it clicks. You can hear it. It clicks. And that's it. I haven't found anything else that it does yet, but maybe we'll discover together in this game. And that's all the controller does. It's a knob. That's it. Corans, thank you for the $5. There's this independent movie called Hundreds of Beavers. It's been getting a lot of circulation at film festivals. Looks like a real hoot. Is that what it's about? Various hundreds of beavers. Is it about just about a lot of beavers? Let's start this game. Feel like people still demanding llamas with hats haven't seen that there's a new one. I guess there is technically new llamas with hats content in the brand conscientiousness cut. That is a pretty elaborate video. Sankyo Fever S. All right. Thank you for dispelling my strange notion. I've seen that pretty frequently. Like people have brought that up before. I think, I don't know. I feel like it's one of those theories that someone came up with and then a bunch of people passed around as if it was like the actual thing that had happened. Like the true story behind the way that the arc went is just that I was planning on doing 5 episodes. The 5th episode was going to involve the characters standing on the moon with the shattered Earth behind them, and there was just a bunch of comments in the 4th one and on the FilmCow forum at the time, with people saying, I bet the 5th episode is going to be them standing on the moon with the shattered Earth behind them. I was like, ah, dang it. Oh no. I've become predictable. This is the worst thing that could possibly happen to the series. So I scrapped all the plans for the 5th episode. And, my partner Scuffy at one point suggested that the llamas die. And I thought about it for a while and was like, you know what? I have an idea. I have an idea for how this could continue to be artistically interesting for me. Because it is essentially like a vaudeville act. It's like a vaudeville, like a comedy duo. And what happens when half of that duo just kind of leaves the act? It's like the character doesn't make sense. It's just one character standing around. What happens to them? So that's what the final arc was about. Where's my name gonna be? Scuffy killed the llamas. New lore. Scuffy killed the llamas. Alright, I gotta come up with a name. This is very important. There we go. The controller is the Sankyo FF. We're gonna take a futuristic twist on this. The FF 2000. We're the newest model. That's right, we are the FF itself playing here. Alright, we're gonna pick we're gonna pick a gambling thing. Let's see what the options are. I gotta get my translation app out. Point my phone at the television. CR Fever Beach. Okay, I don't know what the CR is. Fever Shinobu NN Imaki SP. This is not a lot of help. CR Fever Big Powerful FX. These names. Oh, this one's just called Carrot Boy. This one's just called Carrot Boy. Missile 776D. Akudaman SP. Oh, we're back to Fever Beach. Yeah. Alright, I guess we'll do this. We'll start with this one. We're gonna go through all of them, because I can't imagine any one slot machine is gonna sorry, pachinko machine. Any one pachinko machine is really gonna hold 2 hours worth of interest here. It's a black and white slapstick comedy about an Applejack brewer trying to stop a colony of beavers from destroying his apple orchard. Interesting. I'll have to look into that. It's been very few, excuse me. I'm trying to plug the power cord into my phone so that while it translates, it doesn't run out of juice. Malfazar, thank you for the $2. This is Japanese. Why was name select in English? What do you Oh, I don't know. It's not uncommon. Japanese games usually have a mix of English and Japanese. I don't know why the name select was in English though. No clue. Nail adjustment probability settings, movie and sound information, ball payout graph. Oh, let's get a graph. Alright, nothing. There's nothing yet. There's 0 things. Let's see what the probability settings are. Marcus, thank you for the $2. Do you have the controller for this? Yeah, I actually I showed off a photo of my controller right at the beginning of the screen and talked about it a bunch. Yeah, that's the whole reason I'm playing this game. I feel I feel like I wouldn't have a lot of interest in just playing a pachinko game if it wasn't for the fact that I have a controller that only works with this one game. So let's see. Hit adjustment, exchange rate, probability settings. Oh. Wait, can I adjust this? Yeah, I guess I can. Well, I can bring it really low. I don't even know. What would a big Chico game with 1 out of 1 odds even be? I'll put it to 1 out of 100. We're gonna win big, baby. 1 out of 1. How does pachinko even work? No idea, honestly. I've played it before, no clue. Karst Galatea, thank you for the 5 Canadian. Having a good mental health day today. Can't wait for tomorrow's mandatory family Easter dinner to ruin the vibe. Oh. Goodness. Exchange rate, I guess this is all fine. Well, good luck with that. Good luck with that. I hope you enjoy your fake Easter. I, of course, celebrate the true Greek Easter, which is not for like another month or something. It's over a month. Yeah, I think it's in May this year. It's in May. Alright, let's begin. Now loading. What true Easter is this? Greek Easter. It's the real one. It's real Easter. Let's see, Greek Easter. $2024. Yeah, Sunday, May 5th. Why is Greek Easter different? It follows Orthodox Easter. There's differences in how it's celebrated. I call it, which is why it's referred to as Greek Easter, but it is the date-wise, and yeah, it's Orthodox Easter. I don't actually remember why Orthodox Easter and Protestant Easter have different have different celebration days. I have no clue. All right. Okay, so this is the thing. I think I push a button to increase my bet. Yeah, we'll do 250, and it's a wheel time. I'm gonna turn the wheel. And there they go. I guess I'm trying to hit all the stuff. There seems to be a bunch of women in bikinis in this one. I guess this is what they meant by beach. Am I doing good? Oh, I see. I have 200 and something balls left. I legitimately have no idea what's going on here. Does anyone understand pachinko? I thought the knob was going to make this a little more engaging, but really it's just holding it in some sort of spot. Like I can control where the balls are going to a point by increasing or decreasing the pressure. Put money in and the Yakuza keeps it. That's essentially it, yes. Malfazar, thank you for the $2. This is just a straight up pachinko sim. Yeah, it's a pachinko simulation. A lot of fun. I don't know if I'm doing good or bad. We got 188 more little metal balls to go. Music stopped. Yeah, I probably was doing worse. I have no idea what you're trying to do. Yeah, me neither. I assume I'm doing great. I'm probably making all sorts of money. This is absolutely not the kind of gambling that would get me. I'm not a gambler. I feel like I would be, which is why I don't gamble. Because I feel in my heart that I would get too deep. This would not grab me, though. Malfazar, thank you for the $2. You have to have the TV volume set to max then. Yeah, you gotta have it as loud as possible. It's gotta drown out all other sounds. Wow! You don't make money with pachinko. You take the pachinko balls you win and trade them in for prizes. Then you go to the next door and sell the prizes for money. Is that how it works? Is that like... Is that how they get around gambling laws? That feels like how you would get around gambling laws. It's like there's, in the United States, there's specific things that, like food stamps and certain aid and stuff is allowed to buy and not allowed to buy. And there's some restaurants where you can go and buy ingredients for a meal at one part of the restaurant and then go around the other side, hand it to someone, and they make you the thing that you ordered so that you can actually use your aid to get a pre-cooked meal. Marcus, thank you for the $2. I got command mission GBA link working, having fun. Oh, nice. That's cool. The GBA link stuff is so cool. I love the GBA link things. for a simulation of being one of the balls. There's a 3DO game that's kind of like that I played. It's actually pretty terrible. It was pinball, and you're the pinball. It's too much. They go too fast. Yeah. Marcus, thank you for the $2. If you do GameCube Link games, this activates on stage 3. Oh. Interesting. Nice. Alright, we're almost out of the balls. Oh no, we got some more somehow. Interacting with the game in any fashion. Yeah, I actually am constantly. I have the wheel, and I'm subtly moving the wheel to try to hit things. Alright. Yeah, so you can see the pressure thing up at the top. See when I move the wheel. So, I guess I'm done. Oh no, I accidentally added more balls. No, I don't want that. No, I don't want to zoom in on the... No. Exit, yes. I guess I'll look at my stats. Yeah, we did great. I don't know if this is actually good or not, but this is how we did. That's how we did, baby. Let's choose a different board. Alright, this one. How the heck do people find these so addicting? Yeah, that's a good question. I don't get it myself, but people definitely do. People lose their lives to this stuff. People genuinely lose all of their stuff over it. Where's the place where I modify the stats? Still 1 in 100. They're designed to be addicting. Yeah, I conceptually understand it. I haven't really... None of it has clicked with me in terms of, like, understanding what about it is addicting or what's even happening. Like, maybe I would understand how this is addicting. What in the world? Alright, there's a woman running around just absolutely wilding out. Well, let's go. Going with the idea that balls are currency. You win the balls by the random thing going on, and then hopefully you end with more balls than you started with. In practice, it's just watching numbers. Wait, so I'm trying to end up with more balls than I started with. How can I even see? Is that just my money going down the two? Is this like, alright, I put 240 ball money into this, and now I'm slowly losing it? Yeah. Am I winning if it goes above 250 that I started with? Is that... Is that what I'm trying to do? Because I've definitely been doing bad, if that's the case. Correct? Alright, so... we did real bad last time. Hey, you know what? I'm going up. This is absolutely not the kind of gambling that would ever get me. I can say this honestly. As someone who has an understanding enough about myself to know that I have I have a gambler's spirit. There's two things that I know. I know that I would have a gambling problem, and I know I would have an alcohol problem. So I don't gamble and I don't drink alcohol. Looking at this, looking at that number, ever so slightly climbing sometimes. This is not how you would get me. No, I needed. It's got to be all or nothing. It's got to be one big shot, where everything is on one toss. The slow rising numbers does nothing for me. I don't care about that. This could go from 250 to 1,000. I wouldn't care. Now, if I could shoot one ball and get it from 250 to 1,000, then maybe. But even then, I don't know. It's watching these balls go around. This explains why you bet everything on black and roulette. Yeah, exactly. It's gotta be everything on one bet every time. Again, why I don't gamble. Smaller and more difficult the hole, the bigger the score. Alright, so I guess I'm trying to figure out where the holes even are that I'm trying to get into. I guess those two red things at the bottom have a hole at the top that you can get into. I guess. The game is more interesting. The machine wouldn't need a woman flailing her arms in the middle of the screen. I suppose that's true, yes. Oh, I don't really understand slot machines either, and this has got a slot machine built into it too. What is going on with this slot machine? I feel like, I don't know. I've always understood the kind of depressing that gambling is, but there's something about this in particular that just feels extra depressing. It feels mega depressing. This feels like soul draining, depressing. Malfazar, thank you for the $5. Bet this is much easier than the real thing. A higher number of balls spreads out your loss. Make you think it's more of a skill issue than it is. Yeah, I can see that. I've also put the odds differently, so I should put the odds like I should put it at 1-to-1 and see what happens. There she goes, wailing her arms again. Curious what the regulations for these machines are in Japan. Yeah, I bet there's... You could probably find, like, extremely long video essays about the subject. So the knob that I'm controlling right now, I feel like the most ingenious thing about this knob is the fact that it has pressure, where if you let go of it, you're not shooting the balls anymore. If you don't have enough pressure, then the balls just fall back down. You're actually like really controlling a very small range of movement. Like, it's only about an inch on the knob from like right here to the other end of the screen. And so for the most part, you're going to be holding the knob at kind of the same position. So you're just sitting here, imagining that you're controlling your destiny. When in reality, the control you'll have over your destiny is about an inch wide. It's going up. The numbers are going up. Once again, I'll remind the audience that I put the odds way down, or I guess way up, way down. I changed the odds so that I would win more. You can change the odds. Next time I am gonna put it to 1-to-1. I'm gonna see what that looks like. I'm gonna see how fast the numbers go up if you're 1-to-1. Well, this is great stuff. Please tell us more about the knob. Yeah. So, I think this knob is modeled off of the knobs that they have on the actual machines. Oh, Malphazar, thank you for the $2. Knob of Destiny. They should have called this that, the Knob of Destiny, instead of the Sankyo FF. It's called the Dynamic Power Grip with Ergonomic Control. By ergonomic control, it means it's got finger rests. So you can just kind of not move. You don't really have to grip it, you just kind of hold your hand there. But yeah, it's, I have a drawing of it up on the TV. It's got a silver body, the knob itself is blue. It's got this fan-looking thing that is the finger rests around the knob. I'll move the knob closer to the microphone, you can hear it. I'm gonna move it around. The weirdest part about the knob is it does have like a clicker. Like on the left side of the knob, there is a little clicker. It kind of looks a little bit like a really short windshield wiper thing, but you push it in and it clicks. And I have no idea what that impacts. I don't think it impacts anything. But I can't click it if the knob isn't turned at all. It can only be clicked once the knob is turned. Oh! Oh, wait a minute. Alright. The knob is turned, but no balls are coming out. And I release it. Okay. Alright, so yeah, it prevents the balls from coming out. Interesting. I'm sure this is important in some way. Like if you really want to do one ball at a time, if you want to get it into the perfect position. All right. Watching the birth of a new addiction in real time. Absolutely not. I am delighted to have understood finally what this clicky button on the knob does, but it does not make me more engaged with pachinko. Often pachinko machines have rotating fans and things, so the timing could be important. I imagine the thing that shoots the ball too is, like, I imagine there's a randomness to the pressure even as you're controlling it, just to prevent someone from being able to get in an exact right position to start really loading up on scores. Try tilting it. I don't think this has a tilt. I feel like I'm starting to understand the mechanics of pachinko more. I still haven't quite gotten myself into the mindset of a pachinko player, which is probably good. I find myself mostly zoning out. Which maybe is part of the point. Maybe you're supposed to zone out. Maybe they want you zoning out. Not really paying attention to how much money you're losing. No idea. It's part of the magic. Great. Oh. Lack of music when the slots aren't going really into the bleak feeling of the game, I think. Yeah, usually at a pachinko parlor or something, you'd have a bunch of machines going at the same time, so you wouldn't really have these moments of silences. Gotta be a universe in which this game is more popular than Fortnite. Well, I think that's this universe. Pachinko is definitely more popular than Fortnite in terms of how much money it brings in, at least. There are people who definitely spend way more hours at pachinko than they do at Fortnite. But not Sankyo Fever, Jikki Simulation S on the Sega Saturn. Although I guarantee you, 100%, there are people who bought this game and this controller when the Sega Saturn came out who still play it to this day. Definitely. There are definitely people who have been playing this specific pachinko simulator for decades. This is their main game. Yep. We can probably move on to the next one. Zoom in. Wow. Can I not move on to the next one? Oh my god, I keep adding balls. Exit, yes. Exit, yes, please. Alright, going to the next one. Let's adjust the odds. We're going to adjust it to 1 out of 1. Let's see what this does. 1 out of 1. 1 out of 1 odds, baby. I can't lose. Oh my god, there's a woman falling through the air. Alright, we added 250 balls. Let's see. Wow, 777. Look at that, 77. Alright, so we're at 1 out of 1 odds. Numbers are still going up reasonably slowly. I mean, they're going up. Like, they're definitely going up, but this is with 1 out of 1 odds. No one's gonna be making a fortune of pachinko. Going up. What are you doing control-wise? I've got the Sankyo FF controller. It's a controller that is only for this one game. It's a knob. You turn the knob. I'm turning the knob right now. You know, I'm gonna take a video. I'm gonna show you a video. 1 second. You're gonna see the knob in all of its glory. I'm gonna take a video of the knob. 1 moment. Here is the knob. I'm turning the knob. I'm turning the knob. That's the clicky thing. Now you can't see any of that, but I recorded a video. And I'm gonna try to show you the video now that I recorded. Let's see if this works. I think it did. All right. All right, are you ready? Here we go. Here is the knob. I'm turning the knob. I'm turning the knob. That's the clicky thing. Yeah, there you go. That's what I'm doing. That's the whole thing. I'm turning the knob again. I'm currently turning the currently turning the knob. Way bigger than I thought. Yeah, it's a good size. Part of the feedback loop is inputs per second. I assume a knob makes that more streamlined. Yeah, because so the knob has pressure, so when you let go of it, it snaps back, which means you have to be constantly applying a little bit of pressure to it. And you're moving it subtly to change how much pressure is going behind the ball shooting. So you are it feels like you're constantly doing something even though you're not really doing all that much. Alphazar, thank you for the $2. I suppose you're correct. Although in this case, because of how huge my hands are, if they had made like a tiny peripheral, yeah, I maybe would have ergonomic troubles with keeping it engaged. Wonder what kind of homebrew games you could make for that controller. Maybe outboard motor simulator. Yeah, maybe. I feel like it's limited in terms of like it's a knob, which is good. There's plenty of games I can imagine a knob being useful for. For instance, Tempest 2000. But it has constant pressure being applied in one direction. Which greatly limits what you actually want to do with it. I think you'd probably have more luck doing homebrew stuff with the Sencha to Go controller, which is like this. Is that the name of the game? Sencha to Go. It's this train controller. It's pretty good. It works really well. But that doesn't have, like, pressure being applied. Man, we're really getting those numbers up. We're really getting the nums flying high. See, here's the thing. Here's why I don't think Pachinko would grab me. We've set this to 1-to-1 odds. We're doing really good. The numbers are going high up, high. It's not fast enough. This does nothing for me. I wouldn't want to sit here in real life, slowly getting more and more beads. I don't care what fabulous prizes I can then sell back to the pachinko parlor for money. This just seems like an ordeal. Densha to go, that's it. Densha to go, thank you. Alright, let's move on to the next one. exit. Yes. Looks very tedious. Yeah. Yeah, it is pretty tedious. Alright, Carrot Boy. I can't tell what the theming on this one is supposed to be. I'm slightly worried. I might back out of this one. Carrot Boy, here we go. Oh no, it's... I don't know what this is. Is that Carrot Boy? I didn't change the odds on this one, so... we're just gonna lose a bunch of money. Horse track, I think. I think so. No, we're actually making a bunch of money. Maybe gambling is good. Maybe I kept the odds I set for the last thing. Because it's going up too fast. I might have to reset the odds. Back. Probably the worst game I've seen you stream. Hey, it's got an exciting accessory. It's got a knob. It's got a knob. What other games have their own knobs? This is the only one. And it only works for this game. It doesn't even work with other pachinko games on the Saturn. It's just this one. Tennis for the 2600 has a knob controller. Yeah, there's a few knob games on the 2600. They're pretty good. The knob controllers on the 2600 is very good. There's also a you can do a modification to the Atari Jaguar controller to add a knob to that to play. What do you call it? Tempest 2000. That's the best knob in gaming. How much did people pay for that new? I have no idea. No clue. This is not an expensive accessory to get. There's not like a huge market for the Sankyo Fever Jikki Simulation S knob. Tomorrow you're gonna be turning the knob just for fun. Next day you're gonna wake up turning it. This is my life now. My life is just holding on to this knob, turning it. Oh, I wrote another audio play. I wrote a second audio play. I don't know when I'm doing that, but I wrote it. I wrote another one. It's another audio play. It's called Titanic 2. This time it's fine. gonna be very, very good, I think. Titanic 2, this time it's fine. I think whatever you're picturing in your head is probably very dissimilar to what the actual project is. I kind of started with the title on this one. I started with the title, and I was like, I'm gonna write Titanic 2. This time it's fine. And it ended up essentially being Albert Camus' The Myth of Sisyphus. I'm excited to put it together. I got a lot of cool sound effects here. In terms of sound effects, I think this is the best one we've played yet. Isn't Clive Palmer making an in real life Titanic 2? Yeah, there is an important distinction though. Clive Palmer's Titanic 2 is spelt with a Roman numeral 2. Mine is with the number 2. Rats are writing an entire play. Amazing how much you're able to write. Yeah, I've been enjoying writing long-form stuff. This one's a little shorter than the table. Intentionally. The table was a huge effort, and I'm trying to see like what the ideal length for this kind of thing is. In terms of getting stuff done every month. But it's still pretty long. The Void, thank you for the $1.99. Titanic 2001. That's another great title. Titanic 2001. Just imagine. Okay, we'll move on to the next one. Let's change the, oh no. I don't have the option to change that. I don't know what I've selected there, that's fine. I wanna change the odds. Which one of these changes the odds? Goodness. Yeah, I guess I just can't. All right. The entire Titanic, only it's filled to the brim with butternut squash. Just imagine. This one seems really boring. I mean, they're all really boring, but this one seems especially boring. I don't know what it is about this one. This one seems no good. Refuse to believe Y2K didn't sink the Titanic. Has anyone looked into this? Has anyone looked into whether Y2K was responsible for the Titanic sinking? I have a lot of potential other Titanic ideas. Like, what if the Titanic never sunk? What if that was a cover-up for the fact that they just lost it? It's still out there. They did an elaborate cover-up. I know it doesn't make sense because some of the passengers were saved. But they escaped from the real Titanic, and it's a cover-up. There's a lot of plot holes I gotta figure out, but... Saved passengers were just actors. They're early form of crisis actors. They're not. They're not real. Don't listen to them. It's still out there. They're still selling it. People discovered the the actual Titanic, and it's just like at this point, it's like it was like 100 years ago, so it's like you got like 4 generations of people who've just grown up on the Titanic. This is 4 generations of people. Like all they know is the Titanic. Sky Too Fall, thank you for the $4.99. Pachinko was developed in a lab by CIA Nazi scientists to create the most tediously addictive form of gambling. Yeah, I would believe anything about Pachinko. I believe anything. You can tell me anything about it. Pachinko's a ghost. I believe you. Pachinko's walking around outside right now. Okay. Alright, let's move on to the next one. Most tediously addictive form of gambling is bingo. Bingo's got a social element to it, though. I don't think that it really compares. One out of 21. Alright, yeah, okay, I'll keep it. I like bingo. Yeah, bingo's not too bad. I don't particularly love bingo or anything. It's gotta be a Saturn bingo game. There might not be. I don't know how popular bingo is in Japan. Like, Saturn's got a huge library in Japan. Some funky tunes. Yeah, I can tell the odds are back to normal on this one because we're losing a lot of money. So what do you do? How does this physically work? Do you walk up to a pachinko machine with, like, a bucket of ball bearings? You just dump them in the machine, and then you put your bucket at the bottom of the machine and hope to get more ball bearings at the end of it. It seems like a wild way to gamble. It's like chips. Yeah, it's kind of like chips. Very carefully machined. They're almost impossible to forge. Yeah, I bet. You can't just dump any old ball bearings in here. Oh, it seems like such a hassle. Like, at least with a slot machine, like, I guess it doesn't even work like this anymore. But, like, the classic image of a machine going buck wild and then a bunch of coins coming out of it. You're like, oh, coins! But, I'm just not gonna get excited about my bucket filling up with ball bearings. Maybe this is a cultural thing. Just because I did not grow up knowing about pachinko. It just doesn't have that representation for me. The ball bearings. But, funny story about a guy who bought a pachinko machine in Europe and he accidentally hit the billion-yen jackpot. He only had 1,000 or so balls, so he had to just run them through by hand. It took days. Jesus. There has to be like a reset for that, right? Machines are impossible to reset or hack. Ugh. What a nightmare. How many ball bearings do these machines just have in them? How much is each ball worth? How many ball bearings is 1 billion yen? Like, what is a ball bearing worth in the pachinko? I know it's complicated because you gotta trade them for prizes and then sell the prizes or whatever. I'll commission the lock-picking guy on YouTube to figure out a pachinko machine. Figure out the pachinko machine. Lock-pick guy. The lock-picking lawyer. This really feels like a sort of gambling that would never have become popular if it weren't for getting around regulatory stuff. I just don't believe it. I don't believe it. 18 1/4 inch ball bearings is 142 yen. Yeah, but is that just the price of buying on Amazon? Yeah, I'm just wondering what a ball bearing is in terms of, like chips have certain values in casinos. What is a ball bearing value? Depends on the parlor, but it's from 1 to 100 yen per ball. Alright, so the higher stakes places, the balls are worth more. 1 yen. Alright. Let me see from a minimum. 1 yen. 1 yen is 0.0066 US dollars, so let's see. So at the lower casinos, this 250 balls that I've been playing with, this 250 balls is $1.65. It's what... Okay. Let's take this to the maximum. $165. So at some casinos, the amount that I've been playing with is worth $1.65, and at the extremely high-end casinos, this would be worth $165. Alright, well that's out. Let's put in another $1.65. Here we go. Can you imagine a swanky pachinko parlor? I've been to a swanky casino, so I guess I imagine it would be something like that. One pachinko parlor I went to in Osaka was 20 yen per ball. And there was a price break per 1,000 balls. I want to see James Bond put balls in machines. Just see James Bond sitting down at the pachinko machine, just dumping a bucket of ball bearings into this device and slowly turning a knob. Pachinko parlors at least have fried food and unhealthy beverages for me to drink while I play. That's a good question. Won like 20 bucks worth of balls, played for 5 minutes, cashed them out for an admittedly very good orange, and then left. Wait, you cashed them out for like a food orange? Like an edible orange? Like a regular orange? Yeah, the fruit. Fruit is expensive in Japan. $20 for an orange? Okay. Fruit is cheap. Here a gift fruit that's very expensive. Gift fruit. Oh yeah, gifts. So you could have eaten the orange, or you could have taken the orange next door to sell it. Is that it? I didn't realize the gifts or whatever. Or food. No, okay, I've misunderstood. You buy a single strawberry that costs 10 bucks and comes packaged in a special box. This is absurd. Could have bought a useless totem that I could have sold. Okay, but instead you bought a gift-wrapped orange. Culturally, it's very important to bring a gift if it's your first time visiting someone's home. Yeah, I mean, I can see that. Like, that's not, like, that concept isn't particularly foreign in the United States, you know. It's nice to bring someone a gift, but it feels like they've taken that social requirement and kind of opted out of it. if you're buying one single strawberry in a box, it's because you have a social obligation to give someone a gift and no interest in actually getting them a gift. So you buy one strawberry that's really well wrapped. And now, good night, everyone. See ya, Roy Alex. Farewell. Must be a lot of social obligations. They need to budget strawberries individually. The thing that's absurd to me about this, and I can just imagine how this developed. Like, you can get someone here in like the United States. Fruit is not an uncommon gift. It's usually like a reasonable amount of fruit. And so I imagine the problem here is if you're getting fruit gifts all the time, it's just too much fruit. But you don't. If you're getting fruit gifts like every other day, it's too much to get like a whole fruit basket. It's too much to get an edible arrangement. So they've changed it so that it's just the one strawberry, but they charge a lot for the one strawberry because you don't want to be insulting about it. Everyone knows that this one strawberry in this box cost way more than a strawberry should. But that stops it from being a slight. So you've got to get someone a gift, but everyone's got to get them this gift. It's too much fruit, so it's a small amount of fruit. And it's expensive, so that it's not an insult. And so everyone's constantly buying boxes of expensive single strawberries. Unbelievable. Well, they've really got it all figured out. It's not a normal strawberry. This is a special strawberry. It's a larger imported luxury strawberry. It's not like the kind of mid strawberries you get at the grocery store. Freaking huge strawberry. How big are we talking about here with this strawberry? I'm gonna just look this up. Japanese gift. Single strawberry in box. It's not actually all that. It's not as big as I was expecting it to be. Oh god, apparently this is becoming a thing in the United States too. Oh no, it's in New York. In New York, they're importing the Japanese special strawberries. This is like $400 or something. Oh, sure. I get this nice gift boxed strawberry. Excellent. Oh wait, let me go back. I found another article. $27,000 melons unwrapping the high price of Japan's luxury fruit habit. That's a yeah. Look at this stuff. Look at these gifts. Luxury fruit parlors, nice. Yeah, we gotta get this going in the United States. That is a big strawberry. I thought that was a baseball. That's a tennis ball. Never mind. It's not quite as big as I thought it was. It's a tennis ball. $4,395 each. Yeah, this is too pricey, I think. This isn't an extremely common thing. It's just a class flex for rich people. All right. I have a better understanding now. I really thought this was like something everyone was doing all the time. Rich people nonsense makes much more sense. Thank you. All right, let's exit this. Let's go to the next one. I think we're back to the. I think we're back to the beginning. Now loading. Anyway, it was a really, really good orange that I paid $20 for, which is way too much. Hey, you know, sometimes if you go into a place to gamble and you end up coming out of it with an orange, that's not too bad a deal. It's not too bad. Oh yeah, this is the beach one. What exactly is the appeal of incredibly monotonous, tedious gambling for money that is not real in the case of the Saturn game? That's a good question. I do wonder for like for people who do have a gambling predilection. I imagine if you're the sort of person who like gambling kind of becomes an intrusive thought. Like, it's just something you have a hard time not thinking about. So maybe something like this is helpful for you're doing this instead of going out and actually gambling. You know, giving you the responses that you're used to getting, but you know, I imagine it's not a one-to-one substitute by any by any means, but I'd love to know if games like this help or hurt with people's gambling addictions. There's probably been at least a couple studies on it. Basically a non-tobacco vape. Yeah. Something like that. Mom plays virtual slot machines on her iPad, doesn't spend any money. I think it's mostly a mental stimulation thing. Yeah. Imagine they have slightly increased odds to give people a more favorable idea of their chances. Well, in this particular game, you set your own odds. You set the odds however much high or low you want. Boop, 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 beep, 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 boop, beep, beep, boop. As long as you're not spending actual money, it's fine. Yeah, I kind of wonder if this is like for someone who does have a gambling addiction, whether this helps or hurts that. If like, does this provide a an outlet for those impulses that's significantly less destructive, or does this feed into those impulses? Doop boop 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 boop. Woo! Yeah. Without the potential financial shift, I doubt it satisfies them. Well, you know, people have this sort of impulse with like video games in the sense of like, you know, getting that sort of high off of seeing the numbers go up, which is taken advantage of by a number of game companies in modern times through various gambling adjacent or identical mechanics. But I can imagine someone who has that impulse like finding some sort of satisfaction in seeing the numbers go up in a game, even if it's not linked to any actual money. But yeah, I just don't know. Love it when the numbers go up. Yeah, I love in RPGs getting those numbers up. I love having the numbers go further upwards. watching what killed Konami. Yeah, this is what Konami spends all their efforts on these days. I'm gonna move to a different board. What's the best? Vote now. What was your favorite pachinko machine in this game? What are the odds set to here? Let me set it all the way back up. Proud of my poker night at the inventory career earnings. Nice. Carrot Boy. Yeah, I liked the Carrot Boy one because of the horse noises. Oh yeah, this is the one with the woman just wailing her arms around for some reason. Oh, it saves the amount of balls that I had in each one. Interesting. Alright. I wonder if it's any good, like, hitting the actual switch that blocks the balls. Like, I don't know what the strategy could possibly be for pachinko. I think trying to figure out a strategy is a mistake. I think that's how they get you. Yeah, it's literally how they get you. According to this issue of Sega Saturn magazine, the Sankyo FF controller had a recommended retail price of 1,500 yen, which in 1997 was about $50. All right, $50. I think that's kind of high. I think it came with a game, though, didn't it? I don't know. Maybe it didn't come with a game. It would be weird if it didn't come with a game. This game only works with, like, you can play this game without the pachinko controller, so maybe it didn't come with it. But, the controller only works with this game. There's no other game it works with. This game has its own replica knob to me suggest meant to be therapeutic, perhaps for elderly addicts who couldn't use a Saturn controller. I don't think that was it, because I think physically it's harder to use this controller than the Saturn controller, because it's got a constant pressure on the knob. This would be much harder to use if you have, like, hand problems. What's the controller look like? I showed a video of it earlier in the stream, and I've got a little drawing of it up there. It's like a... Well, it's got a knob on it. It's just this thing that sits on your desk. It's got a knob. I think it's too, like, this is the simulation. So it's to increase the, authenticity of the simulation. to make you feel like you're really in the pachinko parlor. Looking at a scan of the box, there's no mention of any game included. Alright. So it was sold separately. She's just really wailing her arms around. Next time she does that, I'm zooming in. We get a close-up of the arm wailing. Assume she's deflecting bullets. Ah. Yeah, she'd have to be real quick. Bullets go pretty fast. Oh. Yeah, I guess so. I can't really tell. What IP should get its own pachinko machine? What IP should get its own pachinko machine? Let's see, what if you did pachinko machines based on various international mass tragedies? You know, you're already, these are already pretty grim machines. So, you know, why not pachinko machines based on various tsunamis and 9/11? This is lean fully into the grim spectacle of the matter. Hurricanes you could make these for. Imagine the possibilities. Yeah, and you know they tend to have these like circular things, so like the whole thing could be like a hurricane shape. Well, I'm glad I have this knob as a part of Sega Saturn gaming history. And I'm glad I finally played it, because I've had this knob for years, and I've literally just never hooked it up to play it until today. And I finally understand what it's all about. Been watching through the Godzilla films. Anyone here a Godzilla fan? Just finished all the Showa era ones. It's harder than I expected it to be to find all the Godzilla films. Yeah, there seems to be some pretty difficult rights issues with some of them. Sky Two Fall, thank you for the 199. Capitalist hypothesis. Copywriting hurricanes. We gotta monetize these hurricanes. It's important. King Kong and Godzilla. Yeah, that's the one I had to pirate. It's apparently part of the Criterion Showa Collection Blu-ray set. They're not allowed to advertise the Japanese versions on that set, but it is. That's not how I watched it, though. I watched all the Showa era stuff on the Criterion channel, and then that particular movie I pirated. I could get a DVD or Blu-ray of the American version, but I wanted to watch the Japanese one. So I've now seen all of the Showa era films. I'm moving on to the Heisei era. I don't even know if that's how the guy's name is pronounced. Thoughts? Godzilla? I feel like I've always had a healthy respect for Godzilla. Heisei, thank you. Heisei. Apologies to the Emperor. I've always had a healthy respect for Godzilla, but I think having now seen all of the Showa era's Godzilla films, I realize what a truly wondrous thing Godzilla is. What an unbelievable treasure Godzilla is. I didn't expect that I would have such a fondness for goofball Godzilla. But I think that's my favorite Godzilla. I think I really like when Godzilla's doing slapstick. You understand, of course. I mean, all those movies are still also about war, nuclear proliferation, and climate change, but they're extremely goofy. They're extremely goofy about it. Like that one where the aliens are summoning the space crystal monster in the buzzsaw in his chest, or whatever. What I appreciate about those movies is you'll have absolutely the goofiest setups. Gigan. You'll have the most buck wild, goofiest setups, and then the goofiest fights. The characters just one character will throw a rock at the other character will deflect the rock back, and then the first character will hit the rock back again, and they'll just bat this same rock back and forth. It's great every single time. All the rock gags are perfect. And then it's like, on top of this, even the goofiest film, it's like, these aliens are saying they want to bring about ultimate peace. And the way that they're going to bring about ultimate peace is through this monster, which represents nuclear war. And I know it represents nuclear war because the people who are going to survive it are the aliens, who are cockroaches. Literally cockroaches. the thing that people always describe as the one creature who would survive a nuclear apocalypse. So it's like you've got the goofiest, wackiest stuff happening, and also they've still thought the metaphor through. they've still thought about these metaphors. Patrick, thank you for the $2. Watch Chibi Godzilla raids again. Chibi Godzilla raids again. Yeah, I gotta. I don't know what that is, but I'll check it out. I guess I'm done with this game. Let me look up the list of the Godzilla movies. I mean, the first one is the masterpiece. Godzilla raids again. It's also pretty good, but not quite as memorable. King Kong versus Godzilla, outside of the wildly racist stuff, I do like seeing King Kong flopping around. There's some good fights there. Mothra versus Godzilla, excellent. Here's something I genuinely, truly think that the modern Godzilla films should bring back. Should bring back the tiny women who sing to Mothra. Bring back Mothra's priestesses. I don't understand why they don't show up all the time in everything. We gotta bring back the Peanuts. I think that's what they're called. We gotta bring them back. They need to sing their song to Mothra. Ghidorah, the three-headed monster, is... from a filmmaking perspective, truly, like, you watch Ghidorah the three-headed monster, and it's like, this feels like a modern film. This feels like it truly inspired, like, just the direction that disaster filmmaking would take. Just a miraculously put together movie. Invasion of Astro Monster, very goofy. got some good stuff in it. Ebirah, Horrors of the Deep. I think this one's generally not considered very good, but I super loved seeing that nonsense lobster flopping around the whole time. Every time the lobster showed up, I was like, this is the worst character. And I love this lobster. Son of Godzilla. Son of Godzilla feels like maybe the worst movie of this group, but it might be one of my favorites. I cannot get enough of Godzilla's terrible son. Just seeing Godzilla's awful son just getting hit in the head with a rock and flopping over. And just crawling around on the ground like a worm. I love seeing it. Destroy All Monsters, extremely fun. Wait, which one was Destroy All Monsters? Which one was the one with a kid? Yeah, I think that was All Monsters Attack. Yeah. Destroy All Monsters, very fun. All Monsters Attack, it was too much. It was too much. See, the Godzilla's son talking. Not a huge fan of that one. Destroy All Monsters was very good, though. That was a lot of fun. Godzilla versus Hedorah is maybe my favorite of the era. Very good. Very buck wild movie. That's one I've seen before, it remains one of my favorites. Godzilla vs. Gigan, extremely goofy but extremely fun. A lot of good stuff in that movie. I love all the alien cockroach nonsense. Godzilla vs. Megalon. That's the one with Seatopia. Seatopia, everyone. Godzilla versus Megalon. There's some fun fight stuff in that one too. That's the one with Jet Jaguar. That's the one with Jet Jaguar, baby. It's too bad we didn't get more Jet Jaguar movies. I didn't know who Jet Jaguar was when Jet Jaguar showed up in a video game I played a couple years ago. But now I know all about Jet Jaguar. They should bring Jet Jaguar back. Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla is pretty intense. Enjoyed that one. Terror of Mechagodzilla. Terror of Mechagodzilla. Mechagodzilla, indeed a huge terror. Very good movie to end the series on. A little darker. A little darker of a film, but very good. The whole era, pretty much. It's all really good. I think Hedorah is my favorite of them, but Ghidorah, the three-headed monster, and the original Godzilla, pretty. Yeah, I think those three are probably my favorites. But I also do love Son of Godzilla. I love Son of Godzilla and seeing him flop around. Well, I'll be back tomorrow. Special thanks to the FilmCow Patreon supporters. Greatly appreciate the support. He's just a baby. He's just a little baby. Be back tomorrow. Playing something from the P.O. Box. Playing something from the P.O. Box. Probably gonna watch Return of Godzilla tonight, starting the Heisei era. I can't remember if I've actually seen any of the Heisei era ones. I think I have, but I don't remember which one or two. I feel like I've seen some of these, but maybe not. I've also seen very few of the Millennium era ones. Those I've all got on Blu-ray now. Some of these available publicly, or did you need to pirate these? The Showa era ones, all of them except for King Kong vs. Godzilla, are available on the Criterion channel. Most of them, I think, are also available on HBO Max right now. King Kong vs. Godzilla you can get on the American version on Blu-ray, but the Japanese version with the English subtitles is out of print and goes for like $200-something right now, so I pirated it. The Heisei era ones, apparently Sony had the rights to release them, but has since lost the rights to earlier movies, and those Blu-rays now go for $200. So getting the Return of Godzilla, Godzilla versus Biollante, or Godzilla versus King Ghidorah, or Godzilla versus Mothra. Those 4 films are out of print now, and are extremely expensive. Although I think at one of those films you can still get on. I think you can still get it on DVD. I'm not sure, but the Blu-rays are definitely out, and the DVDs are still expensive. It's just not $200 expensive. There's rumors that Criterion is trying to collect up the Heisei era ones for another collection. The Showa era Blu-rays are currently on sale on the Criterion store. If you want to get those, it's like $150 for the whole set, and it includes the entire Showa era, including the Japanese first Godzilla as well as the American first Godzilla, and it also includes both the Japanese and the American King Kong versus Godzilla. But they don't advertise that fact because they can't. Instead, it's funny, you can tell that they're not legally allowed to tell you that they include the Japanese version of King Kong versus Godzilla because of how they word it, where they're like, we include the entire Showa era, including the American versions of Godzilla and King Kong versus Godzilla. So they can tell you, including the American versions of these, but they can't tell you that they include the Japanese version of King Kong versus Godzilla. Yeah, and in the description on their website, both the Japanese release version and the US release cuts were rousing hits. They're not saying that they include both cuts. They're just letting you know that both of these cuts were rousing hits. But yeah, I don't remember exactly the reason why they're not allowed to advertise that they include that movie, but yeah, part of whatever distribution deal they have, they're just not allowed to say it directly. But yeah, Godzilla. It's the only difference, just like a sound effect. No, there's like from what I understand, there's like 9 minutes cut out or something. I think they removed all the references to climate change for the American release. They did take out a sound effect at the end, but I think it was I think it was more than that. Well, yeah, I'm done for the night. That'll be it. Have a great night, everyone. A great morning, afternoon, evening, whatever it is, wherever you are. Have a good one. Farewell, everyone. I love you all. Malthazar, thank you for the $2. Knob, thank you very much. Farewell, goodbye, Knob.